The only thing constant in social media these days is change. And I know that might sound cliche, but for LinkedIn right now, it is the only law of the land. Join me in today's episode where we talk about all the different things that are changing within the LinkedIn algorithm, and you're gonna wanna lean in because these changes are for the better. Hi, I'm Carlin Ankrum and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we are diving into all of the nooks and crannies of what's been changing with the LinkedIn's latest algorithm. Let's get going. Now, LinkedIn has always been a place where, it's meant to be professional, where we keep, the suit and tie in check. But lately, thanks to the ever-evolving world of remote work and contract work and gigs, it has loosened the tie a little bit and become a little bit more human. And this we embrace with big ol' arms. Bring it in. First, let's talk about this evergreen content strategy. As the strategy has shifted into making sure that its users are maintaining this humanness, it's also affected the algorithm to lean on posts that provide more knowledge and more advice as that specific direction and angle. And for those of you who are thought leaders, experts in your industry, authors, C-suite, TED talkers, speakers, this is the best news we could hope for. What does this mean? It means that your content has a longer shelf life. People could be seeing your content weeks or even months later. And why is this? LinkedIn is on to you. And they are seeing some of our formatting tricks that we've been trying to get some of those engagement metrics on. They've been noticing how we are creating content for the viral views. And they are literally doing the opposite with their algorithm changes. And I am here for all of it. Next, we always advise that you send some of those ripples throughout your LinkedIn network, repurposing content. What do we mean by this? If you have a podcast transcript or a YouTube video transcript like this, or a blog post, or an article, or an email newsletter, you can and should start building your authority newsletter. This is huge on LinkedIn. And in fact, in a recent article by Social Media Today, I'll link it in the description below, they're talking all about how LinkedIn is really leaning in to their newsletter product. And so if you don't have one set up, this is your sign to get on that. Now, why is a newsletter an important tactic? Well, two things. One, it allows you another place to repurpose your content that is knowledge driven and advice driven, but it also leverages LinkedIn's domain authority because LinkedIn has thousands and thousands of visitors every single day. And what better way to get your audience's attention than putting your advice and knowledge and expertise out there for them to consume on the platform. And yes, they get a notification in their inbox when you publish something new on your newsletter as well. It is an absolute win-win-win. The next thing that people are having some stress around is creator mode is disappearing. In the coming days, weeks, and maybe months, you will start to see some of the creator mode differentiators on profiles start to disappear, like the topic hashtags at the top of the page being one of the main factors. However, this is great news for majority of us because whether you're in creator mode or in kind of what I've called traditional mode, you now have access to live videos, to audio events, and to running your own newsletters. These are all open for everybody now, which is great news, should you take advantage of them. Now, a few other things that might be worth kind of keeping your eye out for is one, there is going to be a new call to action button that's called subscribe to my newsletter. See, I wasn't kidding when I said that they're probably going to be doubling down on their newsletter product, and you want to make sure that you're getting in at the top end of that. And the other thing that LinkedIn is very well aware of is how a lot of our gurus have been creating and formatting their content on LinkedIn as broetry. What is broetry? Let's just define it right here. I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm gonna pop over and read it. Broetry is the practice of crafting posts with excessive spacing to capture attention. So if you're trying to game the system of LinkedIn, their new algorithm can spot it a mile and a half away. And they are not giving those pieces of content as much weight, especially when the whole point of those posts, as clickbaity as they are, right, is to get you to click on the see more, read more, to expand that post. Instead, they're gonna be focusing more on something that's called dwell time. Now, there are two pieces of dwell time for us to understand as creators of content on our feeds. The first is dwell time on the feed. So how much time someone spends as they're scrolling through the main feed, hovering, pausing their scroll to consume your content. The next is done after they click into your update from the main feed. That's the second kind of point that makes up the dwell time. Now, aside from a few notable exceptions, we assume, we being LinkedIn, I'm direct quoting here, that members value their time and will spend it appropriately on feed content that they're interested in. With this assumption in mind, this concept of dwell time has the following advantages over solely looking at click and viral actions. Okay, so there's a handy chart. I'm gonna put it right here. So you can see click and viral actions versus dwell time. So click and viral aren't always measurable, dwell time, always measurable. Click and viral actions, binary indicator of engagement, real valued measure of engagement. So they are not weighing whether or not you're trying to game the system and format your content, because LinkedIn is always listening. So if gurus are telling you when to post and how to post and what to post, and LinkedIn's listening and they're going to shift the algorithm to change it. So you are better off doing what feels authentic to you, that feels manageable to you, so that you can show up consistently over time on your feed and deliver exceptional content to your audience who matter most and can learn the most and be impacted the most by the knowledge and expertise that you're sharing with them. And isn't that a weight lifted off our shoulders? Did anyone just have like a collective sigh of relief? And this is why I love LinkedIn, is because they're looking at how people are trying to get these viral views and are consistently shifting and tweaking the algorithm to make it an even playing field for all of us. So I leave you with this. In a world where algorithm hackers promise shortcuts, LinkedIn reminds us of a fundamental truth: authenticity above all. It's time to put aside the noise and focus on what truly matters. Your expertise, your stories, and what makes you, you. And it's always important to keep in mind, your unique voice is your strongest asset. So go out there, create compelling content that allows your expertise, your experience, whether good, bad, or somewhere in between, shine through so your audience can learn and discover the true impact you can make on the world. All right, I'll see you through the screen really soon. If you have other questions around some of these crazy LinkedIn changes that are happening right here, right now, drop me a line in the comments. And if you're discovering some other weird things happening on your profile, let me know as well. I hope to talk to you very soon. Bye for now. Look at the green dot. Keep looking at the green dot. One moment as I pull this up. Authentic. Bleh. I'm gonna read that again. I have 2 minutes before my next meeting. Okay. So that your people can hear the truck in the background. Hold on, bus. You're gonna have a lot of blooper, blooper, blooper.